What is up, DramaAlert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the update. Yesterday on Twitter, I got verified, and I've been dreaming about this moment for such a long time. And from the outside looking in, I can imagine you may think that this little blue check mark on Twitter is like, you know, not that important. But I've been doing gaming entertainment since 2009. And that little blue check mark is like validation that, you know, that my work was, you know, accounted. You know what I mean? It's an achievement. It's a milestone. And I am actually getting emotional talking about it. No money in the world can replace the feeling of that little blue check mark. And I don't know how to describe it, but I know that I'm incredibly grateful. I'm grateful that you guys continue to watch my show. I'm grateful that, you know, many of you hate my fucking guts, but you still watch my show. I'm grateful that, you know, I've been able to put together a show that is watchable and entertaining. And for that, I want to thank all of you before I cry. Thank you so much. The other thing I want to talk about is a podcast that I recently joined. It is called the LagCom podcast. I'm so new to the podcast that I don't even really know the name by heart. Basically, a bunch of smaller YouTubers have been doing this podcast for a while. My first episode was last night, episode 100. I mean, that's how long they've been doing this. And it's a really great show. And I started watching a couple episodes, and I was on an episode fighting with another gentleman called JD last week or something. And I wanted to launch my own podcast, but I fell in love with their podcast so much. I pretty much begged and pleaded with them to have me on. And they allowed me to come on. And I just think that this podcast deserves like 100,000 views every episode on YouTube. I mean, it's also on iTunes, Stitchers, all the places where you would have a podcast. If you don't really listen to podcasts, trust me, you want to get into it. They're great. You know, if you work out, every time I work out, you know, you wouldn't think that I work out, but I actually do. I'd be much fatter. Every time I work out, I'm listening to a podcast. Every time that I'm in a long gaming session, I'm listening to a podcast. It's something that I think is beneficial to many people. And, you know, I think this is a great podcast. The topics range from the big boobed lady on Twitch that was possibly view botting, you know, the guy that did the fake swatting, you know, my experiences with Operation False Hope, the guy that was we talked about L for Lee, you know, masturbating clothes. I mean, we talk about politics. We talk about a lot of different stuff. And the great thing about the LagCom podcast, I don't like that name, but whatever. The great thing about this podcast that I'm on is that there are, you know, 5 of us. There's 5 hosts. So there's so many different opinions, and there's so many different, you know, thought processes. It's not like a situation where we just agree with each other. You know, there's a lot of debate, and I think it's really good. There's no ass kissing on the show, and, you know, it's very entertaining, and I really encourage you to go check it out. If you have 2 hours to kill, go watch it right now. If not, go over to the video and, you know, download it on the podcast app or whatever, on iTunes or whatever, and save it for later. But we're going to be doing this every week. I think it's going to be a huge hit. And I don't get to say thank you enough. I act like a fucking retard and a cocky jerk on Twitter because it's funny and it's entertaining. A lot of people think I'm mad, but I'm trolling like all the time. So I just wanted you to hear it from me. Thank you so much for supporting the stuff that I do. My streams are blowing up. This podcast is going to blow up. This podcast is going to be super successful. It's really good. My Twitter just got verified. So much good stuff is happening for me, and it's a validation for all the work that I've done, and it's a validation that you actually love and support the stuff that I'm doing. And for that, thank you so much. I love you guys, and I have a lot of work to get done today for DramaAlert. You're going to have another DramaAlert later tonight. I thank you. I love you.